Greetings and welcome to a new narration done by DrTorment. The following story may or may not prove rather sensitive to some listeners. Discretion is advised, and consider this your one and only warning. Now, with that out of the way, let us proceed. Ghosts aren't supposed to age, but not Tommy. He was killed when he was but 3 years old, his little body brutally crushed in a hit-and-run outside his home. He had been standing on the pavement holding his mummy's hand when he was distracted by a sparrow on the road. Squirming out of Anna's clutch, he ran out. He was dead an instant later. Poor Anna, shocked by what she had just seen, could barely remember the color of the car as it sped away. Tommy was their only child. Anna and Mark, Tommy's father, had no more children, continuing to live quietly in the same house. And Tommy played on the street, sometimes on his red tricycle, sometimes kicking a red ball with Scooby-Doo on it. He seemed harmless enough, only wanting to be close to his home and parents. He never went inside. It was only after a couple of years people realized that Tommy was getting older. Mary and a couple of other neighbors tried to talk to Anna, but she looked rather blank, as if hardly understanding who Tommy was. By the time Tommy would have been 10, it was a common sight on that street. A boy pedaling furiously on a tricycle with his knees bent up to his ears. Mary once brought it up at a local meeting. She was Anna and Mark's next-door neighbor with 3 kids of her own. "Something has to be done. The boy is growing bigger every day. Someone will get hurt." The others looked at her politely, and nothing was done. Years passed. Tommy was becoming a man, a young, handsome man with a shock of bright hair and a fierce smile, pedaling around chasing sparrows on the road just outside their house. Drivers who didn't know would brake to a sharp stop, jump out, only to see nothing. It was the evening of his 18th birthday. Anna stood on the pavement, the exact spot she had been standing so many years ago. One of Mary's kids came by and stood next to her. Together, they watched Tommy kick a Scooby-Doo ball, a tall, lean man on the cusp of life. Mary's kid turned to Anna. "I saw you. You pushed him. And it was his dad's car." Anna gasped. She had been waiting for this moment, for someone to tell her what they had done. Tommy then stopped kicking the ball and looked at his mum. A flame burned in his eyes, the sunlight set his hair on fire, and he smiled, that fierce toddler smile, crooked on a young man. Anna shook her head. "I couldn't be a mom. I hated every second. I wanted my own life back. And so did Mark. Tommy held his hand out to Anna. She stepped on the street. The sudden squealing of brakes and her scream ripped through the calm street. This time, Mark didn't speed away. He came out of the car and looked down silently at his wife's broken body. Tommy was gone. And so we've come to the end of our session. I would like to take a moment here to thank all you listeners who have joined us in this session. I would also like to go ahead and invite everyone attending to go ahead and check the link found in the description below. It is the source of this particular story and the original creator, so do give them a special thanks and do let them know who it was that sent you their way. Your support means a lot, and I cannot stress this enough, so please consider liking, commenting, and even subscribing to the channel. Then lastly, for those who are willing, consider having a look at our Patreon page and keep up to date with our latest narrations and some other opportunities. This was DrTorment bidding you adieu, and remember, don't fall asleep ever.